Isn't this crazy? Look at us. We've come so far. Hi guys. Welcome back to Blond. But you can see me now. Who's a genius? It's me. Welcome to my room. This is our new home together. And I'm filming now. There's so much going on. It's so magical. It's so beautiful. It's so wonderful. And I am so thrilled to be here with you all once more. I have a lot to tell you. So let's go. I don't know. I'm worried this isn't serving professional. I'm worried this is just serving video diary. But then again, I actually think I'm okay with that, you know? I don't think I mind that. You know, video diary, for the last few weeks, I've been so desperate to do it. I was waiting until I get paid so I could buy my microphone. Because, you know, which I did. This is mine. Kind of hate that it's blue, low-key. Like, low-key. Hate that it's blue. It's cute though, so I don't mind. And it sits on my desk right here. Works very well, I hope. And I can also hold it if I want to. But I'm chilling right now, so, you know. Got my whole little setup going on. I'm feeling low-key professional. Recording on my, filming on my phone, but then casting my phone to my laptop so I can see myself, but the quality isn't going to be compromised. And then I have my audio recording on my phone, on my laptop in front of me. I never use my laptop for anything. I haven't touched my laptop since I handed in my dissertation. I finished uni. I'm not a student anymore. Hence, lack of uni podcast studio. Hence, not talking for a really long time. Sorry about that. This is awesome. Like, low-key. And now that it's 11:39 p.m. right now on a Saturday the 19th of July. And I'm feeling awesome. I'm really happy to be here. Word of the year, awesome. Word of the time is awesome. For a while, my word was fire. I've slightly surpassed that. Fire is still good. I'm just gonna. Fire is still good. But now it's awesome. Nice cup of tea. I'm so happy to be here. I'm feeling very... There's almost something harder about doing this in my own room because I'm here all the time. You know? But I've been sitting and thinking recently, God, I have to make a podcast because sometimes I feel like I have so many thoughts and I don't have anywhere to put them. So hence this. And I wanted to film it because, I don't know, fun? I don't know, I'm beautiful, so, you know, it helps. I don't even know where to start. I graduated. That's my biggest life update, is that I am no longer a uni student. Officially. Awesome sauce, I got first. Lol. As did all my girls, so, like, we're fucking. Y'all care? I don't know. I did not think I was gonna get first at all. I was, like, over the moon to get that. Truly so over the moon. But low-key, in the ceremony, I kind of wish they were, like, with a first. Juliet Lara Weatherstone. Yeah, they said my government name. Not even because I want to brag, but because I'm really nosy and I want to know what everybody else got. Trust if you post your pic and it says on the front of your degree certificate thing, it says, trust I'm zooming in. Trust me when I say I'm zooming in. I'm not struggling. I'm just a little bit like, I think I feel a very large lack of purpose now. I haven't not been in education ever since I was a baby because I didn't take any time out of uni or anything. I went straight from high school to uni. And while I am excited for the rest of my life, I think I just don't believe it. I think I'll definitely feel more real when I manage to get a big job. That's my main goal in life right now, is to get a big girl job. I'm still a barista, a lowly little barista, which, don't get me wrong, like, has its good parts, and there are parts of it that I enjoy. I'm very, very grateful that job has given me some amazing friends, and that's something I'd never had before because I've never worked with people my own age before. Well, that's a lie, but like, that I didn't already know. I've never worked with new people who are my age. Um, and that was always something I was jealous of, and that's always something I wanted. And now I have it, and I have the most amazing friends. And that is just awesome. Sometimes going to work and I'm just getting paid to hang out with my sweet divas. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, to summarize, I've graduated. I don't know, it was a pretty surreal day. It was fun. I drank Aperol for like 12 hours. So, there's not really, it can't really go badly after that. There's no movies made about when you just finished university. There's so much, like, it's just such a strange period of your life. No one ever makes a film about you're freshly done uni. I just graduated. What the fuck do I do now? So, and I'm a little bit like, I guess I'm just nervous that, no, because I was going to say I was just nervous that my experiences didn't meet my expectations, but that's a lie. That was an amazing, I had a great time. And I'm still having a great time. I think I need more. I think I just need more. And that's okay. I'm fine with that. I want to feel dedicated to something. Truly. And I want to care. The thing about uni is that obviously I cared, but I didn't care. I didn't care because I wanted to. I cared because I had to. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. I bought those candles today. They're really cute, right? Little saucerine green number. Spent £20 in saucerine green today. Everything in there's so cheap, so how did I manage that? I've been watching old Emma Chamberlain vlogs. I'm uncomfortable again. It's this fucking chair. Maybe I need to remove the cushion. Oh, yeah, I do. That's so much better. I've been watching old Emma... Hang on. Let me get comfy. How do I never sit here, but I actually sit here all the time. Would it be weird if I put my leg up here? Would that be, like, weird? But still do for now. I hate this fucking microphone. It's so not aesthetic. This is so podcast bro. This is the podcast equipment that they need to make more expensive, by the way. I've been watching some old Emma Chamberlain videos, and I was a huge, huge, huge Emma Chamberlain girl back in the day when she was, when it's like the daily. I'm sorry, but it is like midnight. When it's like the daily vlog, and she just does fucking nothing. She wakes up and makes an iced coffee and goes thrifting. God, to go to an American thrift store. I have a story about an American, but we'll get onto that later because I have a list. I bought a notebook today in Saucerine Green. I bought a notebook today and specifically for this, so I can have all of my thoughts laid out in a diligent manner. My ability to talk to myself is shocking. New water bottle. This is flipped, so I get confused. Awala. Everyone say thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. She's awesome. I love her so much. Sorry guys, my throat hurts low-key. Yeah, lacking purpose. I feel like my life needs more oomph. I feel like I need more. This is bad that I can see myself because I'm just looking at myself. You know, when you're on FaceTime and you just look at yourself the whole time. I don't do that. Yes, I do. I just have a big list of favorites that I've written down because I feel like what better way for us to catch up than for me to tell you all of the things I've been really fucking with recently. Obviously, we'll start with the big ones. We'll start with songs of the week. Sorry that we don't have little noises anymore, but I hope that seeing my face for. I hope that, like, the ability to watch this on YouTube, I hope that makes up for it. Is this boring? I just get scared that I'm boring. When I don't have someone to bounce off. I will have a guest. I'd love to have a guest. And then we would sit on my bed, probably. I hope you like this view. I just felt like this was the best place. My phone's stuck to my window. And I just felt like this was the best place, lighting-wise. My desk is here. I just felt like this was the most practical. Plus, this requires a lot of wires. And I have a plug below me. I don't know. I hope this is good. I'm sorry if it's not. Actually, I'm not. I don't care. I'm not doing this for, like, consumption. I'm doing this because I have so much in my head that I feel like this is like a diary to me. This is literally a video diary, actually. You just get to watch it because I have such a big ego that I just think people care about what I have to say. But I know fine well that most people don't care about what I have to say because I don't care about what other people have to say. But then again, I don't know. Why do I listen to podcasts? Because they're entertaining. Favorites, songs of the week. A segment that has been with us since the beginning and that I low-key stole from Brittany Broski. Anyways, Brittany Broski. She's in my favorites. Songs of the week. American Wedding by Frank Ocean, which is his cover / rewrite of Hotel California. I was gonna say Californication. Californication. Hotel California by the Eagles. Hotel California banging. Hotel California banger. Hotel California, specifically when they play it, I think. If not, it was a TikTok edit and I'm confusing it with real life. Hotel California, specifically when they play it in this hotel season of American Horror Story. God, I have to rewatch American Horror Story. Oh my god, American Horror Story is so fucking good. American Horror Story is quite possibly one of the greatest pieces of art anyone has ever made. Oh my god, it's so good. What's everyone's favorite season of American Horror Story? I have phases. Honestly, I want to say mine is Murder House because I love Tumblr. It's literally on my list of favorites. I love Tumblr and I love anything that makes me feel that feeling of 2013, 2014 Tumblr. I love that feeling. I would actually say it's more like 2016, but 2014 was peak Tumblr. But for me, it was more like 2016. Because unfortunately, in 2014, I was 11. I was reading Hunger Games fan fiction though. Fan fiction was so weird to read before you had any actual understanding of, relationships or sex or anything like that because that shit was fucking weird. Yeah, I used to read Liam Hemsworth fan fiction. That was a big one for me. I don't even like Liam Hemsworth anymore. I just think he just looks like a guy. I probably see three people that look like Liam Hemsworth every time I leave the house. Flat. It's a flat. You know? Not that he's not good looking, because obviously he's very conventionally attractive, but, you know, when you fumble Miley Cyrus, you can't really come back from that. Anyway, I love anything. God, my mind is a wonderland. My body's a wonderland. I can't believe I'm going to post this on the internet for anyone to consume. Also, if you just my phone's slipping again. But also, if you just had a conversation with me, I'd probably say any of this anyway. I'm not really saying anything I wouldn't say if you just asked me the right question. Anyways, I would say that my favorite season of American Horror Story. I would say that my favorite season of American Horror Story probably is Murder House because of Tate and Violet and their relationship and how that reminds me, and that is so Tumblr core. That is so normal people scare me. They are normal people scare me. That's where that comes from. And the writing. God. Anyways. The cultural significance of the Coven season is almost too awesome to let it go. You know? Another Evan Peters ex. What the fuck is that girl called? Tassia Farminga. Trinity. Love. No. American Horror Story girl. Please hold. Everybody, bear with. Tassia Farminga. Taissa. Tassa. I'm gonna go with Tassa Farmiga. Is that good with y'all? Tassa Farmiga. Another season with a love story between those two. Very awesome, very good. Stevie Nicks is in it. Awesome. That bitch who lives in the woods, in the hut, in the mud, and loves Stevie Nicks. Awesome. Fucking lit. Also, shout out. I think is Hotel my favorite because it has Lady Gaga in it, and she just looks insanely fire the whole season. Her shit is laid, bleached like white, bleached brows. She's so glam the whole time. She just really serves. She's like the vampire fucking queen or something. And she's like stealing all these kids to fucking suck their blood or some shit. I can't totally remember the plot. It's good though. But it's essentially Hotel California, like you can't leave. You can't leave the hotel, or when you die, you can't leave. I don't know. And it's so awesome. I think if I was recommending a season of American Horror Story to because anyone who doesn't know American Horror Story, I didn't even write American Horror Story down. I don't know why I've been talking about it for so long. Anyone who's never seen American Horror Story or doesn't know about it, every season has the same cast, but a completely different plot. There are different characters each season. So there's Murder House, Asylum, Coven, Freak Show, Hotel, Roanoke, which I've never watched. There's Cult, which is awesome. Cult is so good. Cult deals with like mob mentality regarding politics, particularly American politics, and it is so interesting. But it's also like obviously it's like American Horror Story, it's still freaky as fuck, but it deals with a lot of like those issues. It's so interesting. Also deals with trypophobia. That fear when you have fears of clusters of small holes. Talks a lot about that. Which is weird. Anyways. Yeah. Anyone who's never seen American Horror Story before, I would recommend that you start with God, my brain is like a sieve today. I would recommend that the first season you watch is it probably depends person to person. Either Murder House or Coven. There's some pretty freaky shit goes on in Murder House though, to be fair. But also so does Coven. Like there's freaky shit in them all. It's called American Horror Story for a reason. It's awesome though. I'm gonna watch it tonight. Hopefully. Anyways. Awesome. On a similar vein, this also isn't something I've written down, but just on a general similar vein. I rewatched Miranda probably twice in less than 2 months. Probably in less than a month, to be completely honest with you. Fuck, that's so good. I have a really vivid memory of me and my Auntie Jack watching, like, binging Miranda all day when I think we were both ill. Like, I think we both had the flu or something. And we had cake and loads of tea and we watched it all day and it was just brilliant. I remember just like sitting on the couch with her and that is such an amazing memory and I just love that so much. Love my Auntie Jill. She's the best. But I have such a vivid memory of that and I've been sending my cousin Amelia so many my phone's slipping again. So many Miranda TikToks. I have such a thing for really British humor. Like that kind of like, I don't know, it's like sarcastic, it's almost not funny humor. And that then has inspired me to rewatch Peep Show, which I'm rewatching right now. I think I'm on like season 4. I love a show, guys. Sorry, it's literally midnight. I love a show, guys. I fucking love a show. I'm halfway through. It's been half an hour already, and I have barely touched the things on the paper in front of me. And I was worried that I wasn't going to have anything to talk about. So I'm going to stop like really incessantly rambling and actually try to have a serious conversation and actually like try to have a relatively serious conversation. Well, no, nothing serious about this part. I do have a topic, but it's been a while since we last spoke and it's important to me to get all of my thoughts about life out of the way first because I have a very high sense of importance on myself, if you couldn't already tell. Sorry, I know I'm not looking directly at the camera. Is that really annoying? Because the camera is right here and I'm looking here. Is that annoying? Or do you not care? I feel like you definitely don't care. I only told you one of my songs of the week and then I spoke for 20 minutes about American Horror Story. Money is Everything by Addison Rae. Addison Rae is doing her big one. Addison Rae has done her big one with that album. It's awesome. Addison Rae is awesome. Addison Rae is a pop star, and I never thought I would say those words. And Addison Rae. She opened for Lana Del Rey in London. I should have been there. My dream date. Fuck Me Eyes by Ethel Cain. I'm not going to talk about Ethel Cain for a really long time because she has taken over my life in a way which I will never understand. I have never, I don't remember the last time I was so like engrossed in someone's music or so like such a big fan of someone. I understand she's come under fire for things recently, but I won't lie. I don't know anything about it or enough about it to comment, so I simply won't. The song I've written down is her newest one, which is called Fuck Me Eyes. Awesome. Also awesome is Nettles, which was the first release from her new album, Will It Be Tucker Forever. Her mind is insane. I could talk about her all fucking day. How does one come up with that shit? I like Fleabag, and I like looked. I've had Steve watching Fleabag. Hilarious. Weird crossover. Loving it. He really likes it. Win for me. We're not finished yet though, so we can't talk about it till it's finished because I might accidentally spoil it and then he'll watch this and then I'll spoil it and then I feel like you can maybe grasp what's going to happen. Actually, no, we're not far enough in. I also haven't finished the new season of The Bear. I'm all over the place. I've also been rewatching Shameless. I'm all over the place. But I've stopped because it gets to the point where Fiona like loses the American Shameless because I tried to watch the British one because my mum told me it was better, but I don't know. It just doesn't have the same swag. And you know, I love Emmy Rossum. Didn't know she was like a classically trained opera singer. How do you go from doing that? Because I think she did that first. How do you go from that to then being Fiona Gallagher in Shameless for like 10 seasons? We'll leave the Shameless conversation for another day, and we'll also leave the Fleabag conversation for another day. But Ethel Cain. I need Ethel Cain tickets. I need tickets to see Ethel Cain in Glasgow with my best friend Ellie Alexandra, I think, Scott, on Alexandra? Yeah, I think so. Ellie Alexandra, Scott, Ethel Cain on the 4th of October. 9 days before my birthday. What a great birthday that would be if I could see Ethel Cain. I wanted to see Lana, but I was seeing Deftones instead because I'm cool and I'm not like other girls. Yeah, went to London to see Deftones. It was quite possibly the most swag ever. Felt so baddie. It was a great concert made up. It was a great a crowd made up of half just the baddest girls you've ever seen in your whole life, their boyfriends, and fat white men. My dream date. Awesome. Had an awesome weekend in London. Had a great time. Truly. It was really awesome. Obviously we went to London. My boyfriend Steve and I. We had a great time, and we saw Deftones, which was amazing. And we were obviously spent a good amount of money because we went to London, right? Steve did, and we were like, oh, it's okay because like it's kind of like a once in a lifetime sort of thing. Like we're probably never gonna get the chance to see them again. Like I think Chino's something like 60. Like, this is never gonna happen for us again. Like we're just gonna have to accept this. And we were kind of happy to do that. Then they release a full UK tour and they're coming to Glasgow, which is literally, an hour and a half away, if that, in February of next year. Don't piss me off. Ethel Kane. Ethel Kane, I would do anything for you. Ethel Kane, I need tickets to see you. Ethel Kane, I'm loving on you. Ethel Kane has such a, like, she has such an immense talent that it's shocking. And I really, there's something so interesting about the relationship she has with the music she makes and the art she produces. It's such a process for her. And I think that's something that you don't really see that much in other artists in this day and age. I've literally just written the word Tumblr. I listened to that song Three Strikes the other day, and it really, like, that was actually this morning, and it really just brought me into this world of Alex Turner and Dr. Martens and a lot of glitter, but in a dark way. And the 1975 Robbers music video, which is peak Tumblr. I have a line from Robbers tattooed here. So you can just, you know how much that means to me. Sex and the City. I watched Sex and the City for the first time, the whole way through. And I think I'm gonna watch it again. Wow. That shit is awesome. But I'm not gonna sit and speak to you about like how good Sex and the City is, because we all know how good Sex and the City is, okay? If you haven't watched Sex and the City, watch Sex and the City. It's on Now TV. But the main thing I wrote down that I wanted to talk about today, the trope of, and this is a trope that we see quite a lot, movies, films, and books, a female character who is well developed and a round out character who, as a part of her character and her personality, makes clear that she has no interest or doesn't want to or doesn't have any afflictions towards having children. Sometimes it's getting married as well, or having a serious romantic partner and getting married. But sometimes, and I think probably in the, like, more often, it is that this female character has no interest in having children. Then, seasons later, the writers have her have a child. Y'all are gonna piss me the fuck off. Are you fucking with me? I specifically bring this up because when I watched Sex and the City, I was furious. I fucking knew the way they were writing that. Spoilers. Miranda gets pregnant. And Carrie goes with her. Her plan is to have an abortion. Carrie goes with her to the abortion clinic. And they're sitting waiting. And I can't totally remember, but I think her name is called, and she decides that she can't do this. She decides not to go through with the abortion. Fair enough, completely her own decision. I'm more disappointed in the choices made by the writers of the show, because I do not think that that is representative of Miranda's true character, and I think that this is a trope that happens quite a lot. My other example that came to mind when I was thinking about this was Joe getting married at the end of Little Women. And I know I was a little bit hesitant. I've written that down. I was a little bit hesitant to write that down because obviously Little Women is a period piece. So it was more, I don't know, expected of the time for women to be married, which I can understand to a certain degree, but it does just, you know, because it's not who she is. But I feel like almost doesn't matter. My third example is Haley from Modern Family. Don't piss me off. They made such a big deal in Modern Family. They made such a big deal about how Claire got pregnant when she was younger with Haley. Claire is Haley's mother, if you haven't seen Modern Family. They made such a big deal about how Claire had gotten pregnant, I believe, before they were married. I think that was like the point. That's why, Phil felt like Jay didn't like him and all this. They made such a big deal of that. It's 12:30. Do you know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. Why do they do that? Another one, I was looking at like TikToks and stuff on this, and I was also reading a little bit about Miranda specifically. A lot of people said, so actually, to be honest, I was looking at TikToks to find examples other than Miranda and Joe, because my brain wasn't working fast enough. And a lot of people were saying the characters in, is it Big Bang Theory? Maybe do that. But I don't know, it bothers me. This reduction of this very, at her core, feminist character who has her own money, has her own job. I'm speaking about Miranda specifically from Sex and the City, who has her own money, has her own job, looks after herself, has a great group of friends, has a good social life, has an amazing job. She's a lawyer. There is no points in her character and no background in her character in which she displays this want to have a child or this want to be a mother. She says quite clearly that she does not want to have a child. So why did they then make her, why the writers do, why did they do that to her? And I understand that people do change their minds about these things. However, she didn't change her mind until, I don't think she changed her mind at all. I'm not saying Miranda as a character regrets having the child, but I don't know. And things with Steve, who is her boyfriend, were so on and off. Don't even get me fucking started on that child. I hate that man. Get that man off my screen. Cannot do shit for himself. Steve wanted a mother, but when Miranda almost provided a little bit more because she had the capabilities to do that, Steve was punching with Miranda so much. But sort of when she would, there's this particular scene that I think everyone thinks of when you would have this kind of conversation, where I think Miranda was inviting Steve to come with her to some sort of black tie work event. And she's like, oh, do you have a tux? And he says, no. Now, Miranda is quite a successful lawyer, makes good money, has her own apartment, very nice apartment, does really well for herself. And a big plot point in her relationship with Steve, especially at the start, is that he's a bartender, lives in a shitty little apartment. Like, there is the main issue that they deal with, especially at the beginning, is she makes so much more money than him. So they are pictured going for, they're getting like sliced like pizza. They're like not going for nice dinners, which Miranda would do with her friends or her friends would do when they're dating other people, or Miranda had done when she was dating other people. She experiences a lifestyle change slightly when she starts going with Steve, because Steve has too much pride to let her pay, even though she would always offer to pay. Then when it comes to the tux, they go shopping for the tux together, and she's like, oh, you should try this one, this one's really nice. And he, they goes to buy it, and he realizes he can't afford it or something like that, and she's like, well, I'll get it, like, you're coming with me to this thing, like, I don't mind, I'll pay for the suit, it's fine. But he doesn't let her, and there's a big fuss and an argument and all this. She deserved to be with that hot doctor that she was seeing for like 20 minutes. I don't know, he was gorgeous. he came along later after she had the baby. Get that man-child off my fucking screen. I hate that they ended up together. I don't care. And she moves out of Manhattan for him. She moves to fucking buttfuck nowhere. She doesn't. She moves to like Brooklyn or something. But, you know, to live in a big house with her baby and his mother. Do we remember who this woman is? This is the woman in the first season who pretty much only wore suits. She's literally fucking Robin Scherbatsky, and you're gonna act like that? Like, you're gonna piss me the fuck off. Why? I don't understand why writers feel the need to do that to a woman. It pisses me the fuck off. Anyways, there's my rant over about that. I literally wrote down, under Sex and the City, I quite literally wrote down, Carrie, stand up. I'm conflicted. Something in me roots for Big. I think it's because he's really tall. I don't know what the fuck it is. Something in me was always rooting for Big. Even though I hated him. Because he was horrible to her. He repeatedly embarrassed her and allowed her to embarrass herself because he wasn't man enough to be clear about his feelings and be clear about what he wanted. Don't get me wrong, Carrie is so fucking embarrassing. Le French fry. Shut the fuck up. Samantha, Carrie, shut the fuck up. Just don't even get me started on this fucking thing they're doing now. Carrie, get the fuck up. Get the fuck. Come on. Okay? I don't know. There's something inside of me that always was rooting for Big, and I don't know why, and I know that they end up together, but then in the fucking spin-off he dies or whatever. Sorry for the spoilers, but, you know, it's like ancient history. I don't know. I think we've all been Carrie. I think everyone has Carrie in them. I think that you can't really hate her because she's too real. Like, she makes these dumb decisions, but, like, me personally, she makes these dumbass decisions, but I was never like, oh, you're a fucking bitch. Because she's not. She's just a girl. She's just a woman. I love that women are always journalists in these kind of things. You know, Sex and the City, Andy Anderson's a journalist, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. There's something else where they're a journalist as well. Journalists a hot and sexy career. Me as fuck. Doing my journalism right now at 20 to 1 in the morning. You can hear birds. It's dark outside though, don't worry. Samantha, I just literally wrote Samantha with a heart next to it. Samantha never did a thing wrong. She should have ended up with Smith, whatever the fuck his name was. Her hot actor boyfriend that she had at the end. I think they break up in the movie. Question mark? They should have been together. That's literally me and Steve. Like, they should have stayed together the whole time. Then I just wrote down Frank Sinatra. I've been listening to a lot of Frank Sinatra recently. Really been enjoying it, particularly Moon River, particularly That's Life. Awesome sauce. Love a good TikTok edit over That's Life. I've been a puppet. Awesome. Then I wrote down You're Dating Your Biggest Hater because I had a thought that I wanted to loosely talk about. I had a whole 3-page spiel written down about Chris Brown, but I think I might leave that for another... I'll leave that for next time because I've already been talking for too fucking long. And also, this has to end because I'm so fucking tired. You're dating your biggest hater. My phone might fall. Myself and a lot of women that I know have been in situations where your boyfriend, I would say partner, but I think this is generally just a man thing, where your boyfriend is quite frankly your biggest hater. And finally now I'm in a situation where that could not be less true. If this podcast episode has 1 view or 1 listen, it will be Steve. And that's really awesome. I am not to like totally gush about my relationship because that's not what this is for. No offense. Um I I've never been so supported, and I think now having that and having something that is so genuinely healthy and being with someone who genuinely just wants to see me succeed, I think that is the most amazing. Like, my soul feels so enriched. I feel so like I was so excited to do this because I was helped to feel excited about it because the person who I spend the majority of my time with is also excited, you know? And we were talking about how I'm gonna set it up because obviously this is the first thing I've ever filmed and recorded in my room by myself, not in like the uni studio. And I think that just made me realize how other people I've been in relationships with, or other people I've known, or other girls that I know and how their boyfriends would react, or other girls you hear of, and you know, and now I can't really fathom being with someone who just doesn't want you to achieve the things you want to achieve and to do the things that you enjoy, even in not a, I don't know, work related capacity. I don't know if you could describe this as that. This is technically a hobby, but I like it and it's fun. I think I just feel a little sad for my previous self having dealt with that, and I feel a little, I don't know, I just always wonder if I had had this relationship when I was younger, how different I would be and how differently I would, think about things and my processes for dealing with things. But I'm a very big believer in thinking that everything happens for a reason. And if if my life hadn't played out the exact way that it has, I wouldn't be who I am now and I wouldn't have what I am now. I wouldn't have what I am. I wouldn't have what I have now. So a little bit of a somber note to end on. Sorry about that. But it's true. I think it's particularly prevalent in men. I've never heard of a girlfriend not supporting. Well, obviously I have, but do you know what I mean? I think I do think it is. I think the issue, unfortunately, is, as it often is, men and their insecurities and how your boyfriend can sometimes want to dull your light and dull your capabilities because they can't keep up with you. Gonna let that sit in the air for a second. And that's all I got for you today, guys. Sorry, bit of a random note to end on, but these are just my thoughts. Sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for today, guys. I hope that was mildly entertaining and somewhat interesting. I have 2 pages written on Chris Brown, which will be the next episode. We'll be dealing with that and the normalization of abusers in our society. Watch your fucking back, Chris Brown. I'll get you. Chris Brown sees me on the street, he should run the other way. Seriously. Yeah. I hope this was interesting or good. But to be honest, if you don't think it was good, I don't really care because this is fun for me. I had a great time. I love talking. It's really fun for me. It's literally 1 a.m. Anyways, yeah. Okay. I don't know. I need to decide on my weekly posting schedule. I'm thinking probably Tuesdays. Yeah, I'm thinking probably still Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Sorry, just mugging right now. But yeah, it's been real. So see you next Tuesday.